Hi guys, welcome back to Bio Breakdown. Today we are going to be doing an overview of the structures of the human eye, accommodation, sightedness, and defects. We will also be covering some exam questions. Now, humans have two eyes, located in bony cavities at the front of the skull, and these cavities are filled with connective tissue and fat, which cushion the eyeball and protect it from mechanical injury. The eye is protected at the front by your eyelids, which close to keep out dust and bright light, and by your eyelashes, which trap foreign particles before they even reach the eye. If you've ever felt something in your eye and blinked 50 times in panic, that's your eyelid doing elite level work. From the front, the eye includes the eyelid, the eyelashes, the iris, the pupil, and the sclera. The pupil is the entrance for light, and the iris controls it. Think of the iris as the bouncer and the pupil as the front door. Now let's go deeper into the internal structure of the eye. The inside of the eye has three layers: the sclera, the choroid, and the retina. The sclera is a tough, white, inelastic layer protecting the inner eye and maintaining its shape. The cornea, which is transparent and convex, allows light in and bends it, just like the curved glass of a camera lens. The choroid is a dark layer filled with pigments and blood vessels, absorbing stray light to prevent reflection and supplying oxygen and nutrients to the retina. The ciliary body contains the ciliary muscles, which control the tension of the suspensory ligaments during focusing. These ligaments hold the lens in position and adjust its shape for near and far vision. The iris, the colored part of the eye, uses its muscles to adjust the size of the pupil, controlling how much light enters. The pupil is simply the opening, allowing that light in. The lens is elastic, transparent, and biconvex. It changes shape to focus on near and distant objects, a process called accommodation. For example, when you switch from looking at your phone to the board in class, the lens is doing a full gymnastics routine. The retina is the inner layer containing rods and cones. It detects light, converts it into nerve impulses, and sends those impulses through the optic nerve to your cerebrum. At the center of the retina is the yellow spot, or fovea, packed with cones, giving you the clearest, sharpest vision. When you stare directly at someone to read their expression, the yellow spot is doing the work. Below it is the blind spot, an area with no rods or cones, so no vision occurs there. This is where the optic nerve leaves the eye and where the blood vessels enter. Your brain fills in the missing image automatically, so you never notice it. The aqueous humor is a watery fluid between the cornea and the lens, helping maintain the shape of the cornea, providing nutrients, and playing a small role in refraction. The vitreous humor is a jelly-like fluid behind the lens, maintaining the shape of the eyeball, and also playing a small role in bending light. Now, rods and cones are the reason we can actually see. Rods are sensitive to dim light, help you see in low light conditions, and allow you to distinguish black and white. When you wake up at 3 a.m. to check the time, the rods are the ones doing the night shift. Cones, however, are sensitive to bright light, help you distinguish color, and give you sharp, detailed vision. When you see someone's outfit and instantly judge their color combinations, you can thank your cones. Together, rods and cones convert light into electrical impulses and send them along the optic nerve. Now let's talk about binocular and stereoscopic vision. Because you have two eyes and their fields of vision overlap, your brain receives two slightly different images. This allows two forms of vision: binocular vision, where both eyes work together to form a single image, and your brain merges the two pictures into one clear view. And stereoscopic vision, which gives you 3D vision, helping you judge distance, depth, and size. It's the reason you can catch a ball, pour water without spilling, or avoid trying to sit on a chair that's actually behind you. Now, let's do a quick exam summary. Rods, dim light, black and white. Cones, bright light, color. Pupil, opening for light. Sclera, protection. Cornea, first refraction. Iris controls the pupil. Lens, focuses. Retina, converts light to impulses. Yellow spot, sharpest vision. Blind spot, no vision. Aqueous humor, front shape and nutrients. Vitreous humor, eye shape. Binocular vision, one combined image. Stereoscopic vision, depth and 3D view. Every time accommodation basically means the eye is changing the shape of the lens to make sure the image always lands sharply on the retina, which is the light-sensitive layer at the back of the eye. When you look at something far away, like a mountain, a signboard, or someone waving from across the field, the ciliary muscles relax, the suspensory ligaments tighten, and the tension on the lens increases. This makes the lens flatter and less convex, which means it bends the light less so the rays can focus perfectly on the retina. But the moment you shift your focus to something close, like reading a WhatsApp message, sewing a button, or checking a price tag in a shop, everything changes. The ciliary muscles contract, the suspensory ligaments loosen, the tension on the lens decreases, and the lens becomes rounder and more convex. A rounder lens bends the light more strongly, helping the image land exactly where it needs to on the retina so you can see nearby objects clearly. Along with the lens, the pupil also works non-stop to manage how much light enters the eye, and this whole system is called the pupillary mechanism. The iris controls the pupil using circular and radial muscles that work together, but in opposite ways. When you step outside into bright sunlight, the circular muscles contract, the radial muscles relax, and the pupil becomes smaller. This protects the retina from too much light, similar to pulling a curtain halfway closed when the sun is too bright. When you walk into a dim room, the opposite happens. The radial muscles contract, the circular muscles relax, and the pupil widens so more light can enter, allowing you to see better in low light. Once you understand these mechanisms, visual defects suddenly make a lot more sense. Short-sightedness, or myopia, happens when a person can see close objects clearly but struggles with distant ones because the light rays focus in front of the retina instead of on it. This often happens when the eyeball is slightly too long or when the lens bends the light too strongly. Concave lenses correct this by spreading out the light rays so the focus moves back onto the retina. Long-sightedness or hyperopia is the opposite. Distant objects look clear, but nearby objects appear blurry because the light focuses behind the retina. This can happen when the eyeball is too short or when the lens cannot become round enough. Convex lenses fix this by bending the light inward so the image falls exactly on the retina. Astigmatism is another common problem. It occurs when the cornea or lens is unevenly curved, which makes light focus in different places instead of at one clear point. This leads to blurry or distorted vision, headaches, and squinting, especially when reading or trying to look at fine details. Special lenses, contact lenses, or laser treatments can correct this by changing how the light enters the eye. Cataracts are a different kind of issue. They happen when the lens becomes cloudy and blocks light, causing vision to look foggy or washed out. Cataracts develop slowly, and while stronger glasses might help at first, the long-term solution is surgery. During surgery, the cloudy lens is removed and replaced with a clear artificial one that works almost like a natural lens. Now, we are going to do some exam questions. Pause the video if needed. The answers will be revealed in 15 seconds. Note that the questions are from the 2025 exam paper.